Uh, the best news source in the entire planet is President Trump's Twitter account. So he just put this out 8 minutes ago, and it's his vision for a new America. And the longer our government is shut down, the more power he has to trim the government and to make demands on everybody to do their jobs and to become awakened to who is good and who isn't. And of course, the Democrats are showing their disgusting, sick colors as this happens. But he's more and more empowered by all of us and by the fact that the Democrats can't bully him. So this is amazing. Now, the media is not giving us tremendous credit for the progress we have made with North Korea. Think of where we were at the end of Obama administration compared to now. Great meeting this week with reps. Looking forward to meeting with Chairman Kim at the end of February. And again, Obama was working with North Korea and handing them things and not getting anything done. They were still at war. Trump ended the North and South Korea division. And if anybody saw all that, they're now getting along. So he's trying to end their nuclear weapons and proof that they're not creating more. And they keep coming together a few months at a time, which never happened under Obama. David Wall said that journalism is dead. The circus clowns who ran the fake BuzzFeed story today are nothing more than hatchet men for the DNC. As always, Trump was proven right. And Donald Trump thanks David for that tweet. I wanted to get to this other one in a couple of minutes, so hold on. Don't forget, we are building and renovating big sections of the wall right now, moving quickly, and it will cost far less than previous politicians thought possible. Building, after all, is what I do best, even when the money is not readily available. Wake up, everybody. We're getting a wall, and it's being built under the Democrats. And the thing is, the Democrats are so compromised, they can never agree to it. So the best thing he can do is build it right under their noses. And then they can just say, well, Trump did it. We disagreed with it. But it will be built, and it's being built. Wow, just heard that my poll numbers with Hispanics has gone up 19% to 50%. That is because they know the border issue better than anyone, and they want security, which can only be gotten with a wall. And lawful Hispanics that are inside this country that have gone through the process do understand it because they have been on both sides, and that is correct. And this is giving him a higher voting base and taking away the Democratic base, which is so funny because they're losing their own party every single day. They're losing the black vote. They're losing the Hispanic vote. And of course, while there's a shutdown and fake news, and you have Nancy Pelosi not agreeing to build a wall, she's losing her own base in Democrats that can't understand that because they don't understand her trafficking participation. So then this one is my favorite tweet. It says, Nancy, I'm still thinking about the State of the Union speech. There are so many options, including doing it as per your written offer made during the shutdown. Security is no problem. And my written acceptance. While a contract is a contract, I'll get back to you. So basically, he has just put her in her place, and a contract is a contract. And so he's calling her out on Twitter because he can't meet with her. She won't meet with him. She thinks she's got it and got him wrapped around her fingers, and that he has to do it her way. So calling her out this way is so that it will humiliate the stupidity of her abuse of power. And then this one, Nancy Pelosi has behaved so irrationally and gone so far to the left that she has now officially become a radical Democrat. She is so petrified of the lefties in her own party that she has lost control. And by the way, clean up the streets in San Francisco. They are disgusting. And here's President Trump clarifying what happened with his offer, which is so ingenious, which is why I told everybody to take a chill pill, because he didn't offer DACA. He offered to just extend it and not give them amnesty. He is not allowing illegals to be legal because he knows the cost of it. But for the Democrats, it was never about just DACA. It was about the fact that Trump can't allow for that because it's an illegal order done by Obama, and it's going to be killed inside the Supreme Court. But he offered to extend it, which allowed the people that they're claiming they care so much about to be able to stay here for 3 more years. And he was genius to propose this as a trade, because it just continues to reveal the sickness of the Democrats, that they actually don't care about DACA, even though they all are on the record, all whining and crying about DACA, 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 because they wanted to use it. And it wasn't even about them at all. It was about trying to bully the president and to make illegal people legal. So here's his next tweet. No, amnesty is not part of my offer. He offered a 3-year extension. Amnesty will be used only on a much bigger deal, on whether immigration or something else. Likewise, there will be no push to remove the 11 million people plus more who are here illegally. Be careful, Nancy. So he's taking it straight to us because she has shut down her will to talk to Trump, and the only way he can expose her is doing it just like this. And as the Speaker of the House, it is her job to represent the entire country, not the illegal trafficking population. Nancy Pelosi and some of the Democrats turned down my offer yesterday before I even got up to speak. They don't see crimes and drugs, they only see 2020, which they are not going to win. Best economy. They should do the right thing for the country and allow people to go back to work. And be careful and try staying in your house. Large parts of the country are suffering from tremendous amounts of snow and record-setting cold. Amazing how big the system is. Wouldn't be bad if I had a little good old-fashioned global warming right now. Oh my. Ooh, Al Gore. But again, and I want to talk, I'm going to do another video about the Green Deal that Alexandria Ocasio and the Muslims are talking about, which is what they want to do. I'll just go over it real quick, but I will do a separate video. So the whole con of global warming was a scam on everybody to take people's money on top of the tax people we make. These scam things that they come up with end up, they make a whole committee, they make jobs, they put people in buildings for global warming. And what happens is it was never real. They were getting paychecks from all the money they scammed out of people on a fake lie. So the Green Deal is the same thing. And inside the Green Deal, they want to tuck in other things like every scam they have. And every single word the Democrats use when they try to use the peaceful march, the women's march, Planned Parenthood, the Green Deal, they try to use all these verbs that make people think that it's something constructive and good for us. And it's all a lie in between. But I will do a whole video on that when I have time. But everybody, it's exactly like, it's the replacement for global warming. And of course, you need the scariest 3 new members pushing it, because they want to even become more dangerous than the prior Democrats. They are all and out radical Democrats and socialists. As always, always heard that the president, it's all about the economy. Well, now we have one of the best economies in the history of our country. Big GDP, lowest unemployment, companies coming back to the U.S. in big numbers, and great new deals and more, but little media attention. And of course, when the economy was tanking, you had fake news trying to cry and woo, 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 all about the problems. But now that it's being fixed, the fake news won't let anybody know that the economy's going good. The reason that we can figure it out is because people are moving. There's hiring signs. There's people looking for help. There's people getting places in their life. There's people surviving with their money. And, and gas prices are finally getting lowered. So every single thing that's happening is amazing, and they don't cover it because they don't want anybody to know that we're finally doing better. So this just makes fake news be fake, because all they used to do is talk about the downed economy. But when things are good and happy, fake news does not cover it. And I've done things about this before. When anything is good, they give it 30 seconds of coverage. They are 99% negative because that's how they make money. And then this is his speech from yesterday, and it's already had 4 million viewers uh, just on this site, but it's everywhere. So this is on his account, and then it gets retweeted and uh, you know, put everywhere else. And so millions and millions of people are tuning into social media. I remember when we started that there was only about 1 million views on these types of things, and it's just scaring fake news to death that so many more people have joined social media for the point that it's the only place to find truth. So then he says yesterday, Mexico is doing nothing to stop the caravan, which is fully formed and heading to the United States. We stopped the last two. Many are still in Mexico but can't get through our wall. But it takes a lot of border agents if there is no wall. Not easy. Now, people are mad, and I have a question for the president, which is, why did we give them money if they're not, they were supposed to build jobs, stop caravans, keep people in their countries, and whatever. And so when he's making this statement and the new president is not doing what the new president was supposed to do, is question, is the new president already compromised? Did he get bought by the deep state and now he has to do whatever? We have to be very, very careful. And then many people are saying that the mainstream media will have a hard time restoring credibility because of the way they have treated me over the past 3 years, including the election lead up, as highlighted by the disgraceful BuzzFeed story and even more disgraced coverage. Yes, this is true. And they will not be able to recover from this because they're even still bringing the story, even though Mueller said no. And I already covered that. The economy is one of the best in our country, with unemployment at a 50-year low and the stock market ready to break again with a record high set by us many times. And as you all heard yesterday, based on a phony story, was impeachment. You want to see a stock market crash? Impeach Trump. That is true. And of course, the Democrats don't care about stock. They don't care about the country. They care about themselves and trafficking. Newt Gingrich had stated there has been no president since Abraham Lincoln who has been treated worse or more unfairly by the media than your favorite president, me. At the same time, there has been no president who has accomplished more in his first 2 years of office. Ooh, I would love to be a fly on the Democratic wall when he has so much confidence and he knows who he is and it doesn't matter. And so that's and here he said on the 18th, fake news is truly the enemy of the people. And I just want to see what Geraldo said because he tweeted it. I'm not really a Geraldo fan because Geraldo plays both sides and he doesn't have a backbone. And he does way too much on the illegal side instead of the Trump side. This is the most egregious example of rampant unfairness that has tainted the partisan witch hunt from the beginning. The utter hatred for real Donald Trump has empowered a legion of backstabbers wielding flamboyant falsehoods to undermine President Trump. Yeah, that is true. At what point, in fairness, after 2 years of Americans of goodwill will say enough already? If the Speaker Council had collusion, don't you think we would have heard it by now? This is history's longest running smear job. Free Donald Trump. Reflect, negotiate, open the government. So again, Geraldo's always on both sides because I think he was, I don't know what his background is, but anyway. So there you have the morning major headlines, and there's so many things to understand and read into this. It's that Trump's calling out Nancy Pelosi on Twitter. It's that he's playing his speech right here saying, we are going to build this. They're not going to stop us. And that he's indicating that he's running right over them during this shutdown and getting things done despite everything that they don't do. And he is the greatest president. So everybody get on Twitter and retweet all of this and continue our triumphant journey that's always in jeopardy of being toppled over by cheating, lying, and Democrats. But the only way they continue to lose is that more and more people are awake. This is only 25 minutes old, and it's got 301,000 views. So this is what I mean. It's worth it to be on here just to retweet all the good things that are happening, and it's not your turn to speak on here, it's your turn to spread things. I spread way more things than I comment, and that's how you survive on Twitter, is that you could go to Sean Hannity's account, you can go to any patriotic account and just retweet, and you survive. The people that complain to me about YouTube and getting kicked off of Twitter, if they use the type of language and graphic hatred that they have, you're not going to survive on here. This should just be for news and retweets and comments that point out reality, but you have to make sure you do not threaten like Donna Brazil, because that could result in criminal charges. So everybody just start behaving better and make the movement move in the right direction and support our president and stay tuned to truth, because you're going to find it on here. Thank you.